OP09 is coming out at the end of this month and we'll be getting the ban list announcement in a few days time. So this will be the best time to release the OP08 and OP08.5 tier list video. This will be my take on the format before the start of a new format next month. As usual, my tier list ranking will always be a speedrun one. And another thing to take note about this video is it is sponsored by OPTCG Dex. More about it at the end of this video, and trust me, you want to stay till the end. So we'll start off with the starter deck leaders, followed by the booster packs and promo pack leaders. And with that, we'll be starting off with our speed run. I'm putting Monkey D. Luffy, the starter deck one, in tier 5. Mainly, there's better leaders out there. Crocodile belongs in tier 5 as well. Not really good seeing how the RP law is essentially the same leader effect, but better. Eustace Kid, I want to put him at 5 or could be at 4, but for now, I'll just put him at 4. And another thing to take note is the leaders on each tier is not by any order. So if I put them in tier 5, Luffy and Crocodile doesn't mean that Luffy is better than Crocodile. So anyway, Kaido, I want to put him at tier 4. He's playable with Black Maria. Shanks, his favorite spot would be at the end, tier 6. Sakazuki, same, tier 6. Big Mom, Yellow Big Mom, I want to place her in tier 4. She is still playable with some of the new supports from the starter deck, the Katakuri starter deck. And this Black Luffy, tier 6 as well. We have a better 3-day 2Y Black Luffy, so I think that would be slightly better than this one. Yamato as well belong in tier 6. Then next we have the Uta. Uta I think belongs in tier 3. Really good support from the Uta starter deck. And being able to cheat out a lot of characters, generating a lot of hand cards is really strong as well. Zoro and Sanji, I want to put him in tier 5. Although I think he might be playable in OP09. So we'll leave him there. Red Purple Kid tier 6 unplayable at this moment. Not unplayable, but there are better Red Purple leaders out there. Okay, so here's our first tier 1 leader. We have RP Law, number 1. Hopefully he goes off soon because he is gatekeeping a lot of decks. Red Purple Luffy, I want to place him in either tier 3 or tier 4, but for now I'll just place him in tier 4. Sabo does have a couple of flagship wins over in Asia, so I want to place him in tier 4. And yeah, this deck is really fun to play. I've tried playing this Sabo for a while. Blue Yellow is not that strong. It's really high roll, really dependent on you drawing your kits, and you have no ways to reuse your Ace, Sabo, and Luffy. So I'll place him in tier 5. If this was Black Yellow, then it would be really strong because Moria. Next, we have Black Yellow Luffy, the second tier 2 leader on this list. It's really self-explanatory. You have your Gecko Moria carrying the deck. Next, we have the Black Luffy. I think this one belongs in tier 5 or tier 4. So in between here, I'll place him in tier 5 for now. Zoro, I would place him in tier 4. The Zoo variant is really strong, especially after OP08, the chopper support. But unfortunately, it's really weak against decks like Red Purple Law or even Lucci. So for now, I'll place him in tier 4, but has potential to go up to tier 3. Red Green Law, unfortunately, the tier 1 decks just completely clears red green law strategy. For now, I'll just place him in tier 5. Might be better in future formats, so we'll place him here first. Next, we have Oden. Oden will be in tier 5. Blue Purple Crocodile. I think for Blue Purple leader, the Reiju is better, so I'll place him unfortunately in tier 6. Luffy, Red Green Luffy, I want to place him tier 5. Could belong in tier 6 as well. And then now we have Doffy. After the new starter deck got released, the Doffy starter deck, I think this deck gained a lot of popularity and a lot of new tools to compete in the meta game, especially with the Jinbei stack and the new cards such as Crocodile, allowing you to draw cards, as well as the blocker Boa Hancock. Really strong. So I'll place him in tier 2, and he has even won a lot of flagships as well as top in some championship events in Japan. Blue Purple Kaido, place him in tier 6. Or maybe in tier 5, yeah, tier 5 because you have Onigashima to ramp up and stuff. King, tier 6 as well. Whitebeard, I want to place him in tier 4 or tier 3. Yeah, I think I'll place Whitebeard in tier 3. Still really strong, especially with the new Ace. You get rush, you get more rush characters. And having a 6k body is strong as well. Oden, I want to place him next to Kinemon. No, this is Kinemon. Yeah, I'll place Kinemon next to Oden in tier 5. Smoker, unfortunately, with the new support, it didn't really take off. Probably just in tier 5 right now. Next, we have Red Black Garb. Yeah, as for those who watch the anime will know how OP Garb is, but unfortunately in the TCG, it doesn't really have a good synergy or a strategy at all. So for now, I'll place Gab in tier 6. Ivankov, still playable, but really difficult because its effect is really predictable and easy to, I guess, beat this deck because you want to be playing at low hand size. So for now, I'll just place him at 5. Might be better with the cross guild support. Sanji, probably tier 5. No, I'll place Sanji in tier 6. Magellan tier 5, although there are better purple decks, I think it's better than most of the decks in tier 6. Z has a lot of potential, tier 5 as well. Ace has been winning a couple of standard battle flagships and even won the Indonesian championship, no, Indonesian regionals. So I want to place Ace in tier 4. Has some good matchups against the black and red purple law, especially against Doffy and stuff, but loses to yellow really easily. So with that, I'll place him in tier 4. Arlong tier 5. I think we are looking for more support, more trigger support. Kuro, it's playable, but it's not good. Place him in tier 6. I think Green Uta is a better Kuro leader. Katakuri, I want to place him in either tier 3 or tier 4, but probably tier 3, seeing how I'll be placing Enel higher. This Black Lucci, of course, we don't want to play this CP9 Lucci, we want to play the CP0 Lucci. So we'll place Lucci in tier 5. Nami will always be in the middle of every format, so I won't place it. So I won't place her in tier 3, probably tier 4. If your luck is good, it can easily go up to tier 1 or tier 2. Next is Iceberg. Iceberg again, I'll just place him in tier 6. Black Yellow Mum maybe in tier 5. But again, I don't think it is going up to tier 4. A Black Yellow leader, if you want to play a better one, would be the Luffy from the starter deck. Next is Vivi. Vivi is a really strong leader with a good color combination, but unfortunately, Marco is just better being able to attack. So with that, I'll place her in tier 5. Green Purple Doffy, I want to place him in tier 5 as well. Isho tier 6 might be good in future format as well, just because of the good color combination and cost reduction plus green's KO or resting ability. Peruna is a better issue in my opinion. Rebecca, I want to place her in tier 5. Again, not being able to attack and the leader's effect being restricted to Dressrosa kind of hurts her a little. Queen hasn't seen any much showing, so I'll place him in tier 5. And this is Purple Yellow Crocodile, tier 5 as well. Has potential, but it is a little too slow to go up against the meta game right now. Red Black Sabo faces the same problem as Red Black Garb, but is better than Red Black Garb because of the KO prevention ability. Only problem for him right now is the Red Purple Law. Once RP Law is gone, then probably Sabo will have a better time. So for that, I will just place him in tier 5 for now. Bello Betty is a glass cannon. Really easy to win if you just know how to play against it. For that, I will just place her in tier 5. Corazon, unfortunately, place him in tier 6. And next, we have Purple Luffy. We did get some Purple Straw Hat support from the starter deck, so I think it is decent enough to be in tier 3. Next is everyone's favorite yellow deck, NL. I'll place him in tier 2. A lot of showings in championships, so he deserves the number 2 spot. Next is Sakazuki is banned, so we just leave it here. Red Purple Uta. I'll place him next to her dad in tier 6. We all know why. Hody Jones tier 5 or maybe tier 6. Yeah, the effect is really leader specific, and I think there are better green leaders out there, especially Green Uta. Peruna, one placer in tier 4, has strong potential, and with more support coming OP09, I think this card could be even better. Reiju, I want to place her in tier 4. Only problem right now is going up against the decks, this Red Purple Law, and maybe Lucci as well. Other than that, this deck can spam out characters, has draw power. Yeah, I want to place her in tier 4, really strong. Yamato in tier 4 as well. It's really good against the top decks like Red Purple Law, but sucks against the Lucci matchup. Moria kind of overshadowed by Lucci, but does have potential. I'll place him in tier 5. Could be in tier 4 as well, but I think tier 5 is better just due to lack of showings recently. Dragon tier 5 has potential, but I think the better rate leaders would be Zoro or even the new Sanji. Bonnie on plays her in tier 3, still really good, and Lucci in tier 1. Foxy is a meme deck, so I'll place him in tier 5. Boa Hancock could be in tier 4. Yeah, I wouldn't place her in tier 5 because she is better than most of the decks in tier 5. Vegapunk is a really interesting one. There was a really strong showing of Vegapunk in the last championship in Japan, which ended up getting top 4, but the deck is really difficult to pilot. So for that, I'll just place in tier 4. Chopper will be in tier 5 together with Carrot. I still feel Perona is a better Carrot. Then King will be in tier 5. Unfortunately, no one really broke or found a list for King. It's just not that good for now. Marco, I won't place him in tier 4. I think this deck is really good because its effect is similar to Sakazuki, where you can filter your deck or filter your hand and being able to reduce something by minus 2k, as well as the new raid starter deck support. I think Marco could be good after the ban list. So I'll place him in tier 4 now. Pudding really good but susceptible to rush decks. I might place her in tier 5, but I think tier 4 would be a sweet spot for her. Kagara could be in tier 3 or tier 4. I think I'll place him in tier 3, but it did die off because I think players know how to go up against Kagara now. Could be in tier 3 or tier 4, but okay, I'll just put him in tier 4. But towards the beginning of the OP08 format, it is an easy tier 3 or tier 2 leader. Next, we are going to the extra leaders. Oden. Oden will be going in tier 5. Not much support or use. Kuros as well. Tier 5 together with the extra leaders. And yeah, you will join your brothers here as well. So this is Hannibal. Hannibal, Impel Down, not really good. Sanji is an interesting leader. Sanji, will throw him in tier 4. I think this deck is a one trick pony, which is a standard rush deck. Just go for face, play something, give it rush and attack. If you can control or stuff Sanji, you can easily win against Sanji. So not that good. Uta, as usual, I'll place her next to her dad as well in tier 6. Luffy, I think similar problem to Ivankov. So I'll place him in tier 6 as well as these. Oh, wait, no. Just because of the Sakazuki color, I'll place him in tier 5. Although it doesn't see any play. Blue and black still is a good combination. So for that, I'll just place in tier 5. So that is my speedrun tier list video. And if you notice something wrong or if you don't agree with any of my ranking, let me know in the comments. I will be sure to reply to every comment as much as I can. I have been busy recently, but I should be more available right now. So if you enjoy this content, drop a like on this video. If you're not subscribed, do consider subscribing to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter or X for more One Piece TCG content. Don't forget to stay and watch the ad after this video because you will want to stay for some surprise or leaks. Yeah, so that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. OPTCG Dex is the ultimate companion app for all One Piece TCG players and collectors alike. I've tried the app out. Although it's really new, the app has serious potential. First off, let's talk about the convenience of using the app. You can easily sort and filter for whatever cards that you're looking for. My favorite part about the app is you have instant access to price checking sites like TCG Player or UUT for the Japanese market. This makes price checking really convenient for when you're buying cards and trading. You also have access to the market price trends if you're interested in that kind of information. If you enjoy having data and translations of all the cards at your fingertips, you'll appreciate the extensive card database that you will get from this app. One of my favorite features of this app is the card collection feature. Although the feature is not perfect yet, you can add cards into your digital collection, both English and Japanese cards. Sometimes I do forget what cards are in my collection and what cards I'm looking for, so having access to this information all the time on my phone is really convenient. Another feature is of course a must-have, the deck building function. I feel this function is really useful and one every player would need. You can build your deck, save it, and edit it anytime. There were times when I'm outside and I suddenly thought of an interesting deck idea or a tech idea. This app allows me to immediately make that change or build the deck on the go. The last feature that I want to talk about is their battle mode. It is an easy way to refer to cards while playing against your opponent. I recommend using the battle mode as a way to translate both yours and the opponent's cards as you play. Honestly, I'm quite impressed by the app. The developer is also continually updating and fixing any issues the app might have, till eventually we'll get the best One Piece TCG app which every player and collectors will have on them. So what are you waiting for? Download the app. It's free and available on both Apple and Android store. Click the link below in the description to download the app.